Hello, Liz here with Liz's Crafts. Today is Sunday, September the 27th, 2020, in case you're watching this on the replay, and it is 1 p.m. Central Time. So I'm just waiting for my notification to come up so that I could see when people join me and then see what they're saying. So I can get it on my phone. If my phone cooperates with me. And there we go. Well, there we were. Okay. So when you bring this up on your phone, it's going to look like this. But if you turn it sideways, you'll get a better view of what we're doing. And if you like what we do here, please feel free to SHARE. Facebook doesn't like us as creators to say the word, so we've come up with the word sprinkle. So please sprinkle to your page to contact other people that you think might like to do these crafts, and I would appreciate it if you would follow and like my page. And when you come on my lives, please say your name, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. Now I put the links to the Magnolia products that we're going to be using today, which is chalk paste and 2 different stencils, in the description. When the live is over, I will also put those in the comments, and you can see all of the stencils and chalk paste and whatnot at lizyonke.magnoliadesignco.com. So today we're going to decorate a couple of these triangles that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they're kind of not with the crafting items. I think I found these kind of where the candles were located. So we did a craft with one of these yesterday, and we're going to use the other 2 today. So I'm going to paint the inside of it with this folk art bluebell, and then I'm going to paint around the outside edges with this folk art clay bisque. And this is old paint, so it has lumps and whatnot in it, but I try not to get the lumps in my projects. So again, I'm painting around the inside edges and all the insides blue. And this color is bluebell in the folk art. So is it cooler where everybody is today? It's getting cooler here in Texas, except when the sun is out, and then it's pretty warm. But we went to chapel today at the Iron Horse Chapel in Fort Hood for a good service. One of the chaplain's sons was baptized today. They got one of those galvanized tubs and had it outside. So that was pretty nice. I'm sure his parents were very happy. Looks like I don't have much of this bluebell left. Now I will be putting material on the inside back portion of this right here, but I want to go ahead and paint it blue, or at least the edges blue, depending on how much paint I have. just in case the material doesn't go all the way to the outside edges. And that way the purple isn't showing, but my blue will show. Okay, got the inside edges done, and now I'm going to go to the inside back portion. I'm just going to add some more blue to my paper here. And the reason I'm coming on later instead of noon was we stopped to get lunch. We went to Bush's Chicken. It was pretty good, and the young man that came out to our car to take our order and all was very nice. He asked if we had been to church, and I told him where we go, and he asked if we were military. My husband said retired, and he thanked him for his service. So I thought that was really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to take my heat gun and I'm going to dry the blue paint. And now I'm going to get the outside edges and this edge here with the gray bisque. And again, this is just folk art acrylic paint. And I bought these triangles not really knowing what I was going to do with them, but I figured I could think of something. So I think you're going to like what we're going to do today. I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I know I'm excited to put it together. I'm just getting the top edge here on this side. And then I'm going to get this side. And if you can't join me live, you can always watch the replays. I do put them on my YouTube channel, and they are always in the video section of my Facebook page on Liz's Crafts. So you don't have to just watch it when I'm live. And you can go through and watch any of the videos, and feel free to share them as you watch them. And if you do decide to order anything from Magnolia, please use my links, as I do get a small commission. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to hold this and not get paint all over myself. Okay, so we got that done. Just gonna go over the ends here. Got some blue on here. Not surprised. I'm a messy painter. So we need a little bit more of the clay bisque on our upper edge. Alrighty. So we have this here, and I'm just gonna dry it with my heat gun. Now I didn't want to totally cover this all up because there are some nice lines on there. So you can see those coming through, which I like. And I think I'm going to touch up with the blue just a little bit here. So I'm going to get another brush. And then I'm just going to touch up where I got some of the clay bisque on the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to go back over it with my heat gun. And then we'll be ready to move on. Okay, so while that is drying, I am going to get a piece of material that I cut to go inside. So here's our triangle, and then I have this to go on the inside. But I want to stencil it first. So I'm using two different stencils, and for this part, I'm going to use the fall off of this stencil here. And I did put the stencil in the description. There's a link. I don't need to fuzz this stencil because I've used it several times and it's not that sticky. Plus, we're putting it on material. So again, it doesn't need to be fuzzed. Now this is going to be a really tight fit. A little bit of the letters are going to be off of the material, unless I can move it down a bit. So maybe I can do that. Let's take a look here. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. And then I'm just going to press this down. And I am going to be using my brown chalk paste today on this. And I'm just going to get some on my squeegee. And I'm just going to do the word fall in the leaf, the top leaf. Alrighty, and then I'm just scraping the excess off into my container. Oh, wasn't that pretty? Look at that ball. And I'm going to put my stencil face down in some cool water. And then when I get ready to clean it, I will clean it with the stencil cleaner, which is just a spongy looking thing. We're going to set this aside to dry. And then I have this other triangle that I already have the material in, and I am going to do the word autumn on there. And this stencil comes with two different stencils. This one says Pumpkin Spice Lover, and then this one says Autumn Leaves and Pumpkins Please, with a leaf and a pumpkin. And we're just going to use the word autumn. So I'm just going to put that, I'm going to position it where I want it on the inside of my box. And I'm going to smooth it down, and I'm just doing the word autumn. So again, I'm just going to get some chalk paste on my squeegee, pushing it through the holes in my stencil. It's these are reusable stencils, and if you take good care of them, you can use them over and over. And I've used mine many times. If you go back through my videos, you'll see the different projects that I've used this on. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then I got a little bit of the paste on my piece of my triangle here. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And then you can go back over it with your paint. Man, I made a mess out of a bunch of this. So I'm going to have to touch that up with some of my paint. So let me get another paintbrush. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I mean, your projects don't have to be perfect, but I like mine to look nice. So, this is what we have for this one. Let's get this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna put my squeegee in the water. Put my stencils up, my sprayer up, my wipes. And now what I want to do is make sure that my fall and my leaf are dry. So I'm going to use my heat gun on those. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Mod Podge. Diane, hi Diane, how are you today? So I'm going to put Mod Podge in the middle on the back part here. So I'm just putting a layer of Mod Podge in this back portion. I'm not going to do the sides or anything like that, just the back portion. And then I'm going to lay my material down on top of it. So I have my Mod Podge on there, and now I'm going to lay my material on top of it. And then I'm just pressing my material down to the back portion of my triangle. Making sure that it's laying flat. So we have this one here that says fall and this one that says autumn. Put my brush in water, put my Mod Podge up, and then I'm going to get my wood piece. Now this is just a piece of wood that was on our front porch. My husband cut it and he planed it for me, and it has all these neat little holes in it. I don't know that it's wormwood. I think it was some kind of box or something. I don't know. He said he didn't know where the wood came from. So we're going to place our triangles on top of this board. But I see where I have some chalk paste on the outside of this triangle here, right here. So I'm going to try to take that off with a wipe. Okay, so that lightened it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me see if I can turn this around. I think I'm going to put my autumn over here and my fall over here. And then I put together this little arrangement here. Now this jar is just one of those these little yogurt jars from Yoplait, and I Mod Podge material around it, and I cut slits in the bottom so this material would go around the bottom of it, and then I cut a piece of little cardboard right there on the bottom so that I could fit it onto my board. And then I have some leaves that I'm going to put on the board also. Okay, so we're going to start putting this together, and I need to bring it to me, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I have it on there. So first of all, what I want to do though is I'm going to put some of these felt, what are they called? Felt pads. You use them for furniture, and I got it at the Dollar Tree. So in case you want to put this on a nice table or something, I don't want it to scratch up the table. So I'm going to put a few of these on there. So I'm just using the bigger ones. And hopefully these will work just with the sticky part. If not, then we'll hot glue them. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to put them on the corners. Now I might put some in the middle. Yeah, I'll probably put 6 of them on there. So like if you were going to sit this in the middle of your dining room table, that way you're not going to scratch up your table. You're going to have these felt circles on there to protect it. And then we got a couple more. And then we'll start assembling our project. Okay, so we just put them on the bottom like this. Now I have this roughed up edge. I'm going to make that the back portion, and this is going to be the front portion. So I'm going to hot glue, and you want to use your high temperature glue gun because you're doing wood on wood, and it sticks better. If you do the cooler temperature glue gun, you have to keep doing it several times before it'll stick really good on there. Or you can use like E6000, and I've seen that some crafters use E6000 plus the hot glue. You can do that too. So we have that one on there, and then I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And then I'm going to lay some leaves down just randomly. So I just have these leaves that I got from the Dollar Tree. This one is burlap. This one shows the veins. And these are just kind of plain. And I'm just going to, lay them around. Hold it down a little bit. And let's take a yellow one. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple around towards the back. Well, that's two. I didn't even know that. I thought that was just one. And I will probably only use this one other leaf. And then I'm going to put my jar on there. Now, there's two greeneries in here. They're both the same. One has dark cattails in it, and one has the lighter brown cattails in it. So they each have a couple pine cones, a couple cattails, and one of the little cotton plants. So I thought it was real cute, so I put two of those in there, and I used the green foam inside of my jar, and then I put the moss on top of it. And I just laid the moss in there, and I just laid the green foam down in there. And when I put my material on, I put a ribbon around the top. And I just hot glued those. So I'm going to hot glue the bottom of this onto the board. And I want to make sure that my seam is in the back. And I will probably put this on my hearth in front of my fireplace and just have it sitting there. So this is what we have right here. So I'm just going to sit that right in front of my fireplace on the hearth. And like I said, if you like this and you like the crafts I do, please go to Liz's craft page and follow and turn on the notifications so that you'll know when I go live or post anything. And be sure to like my page. I would appreciate your support. And if you do decide to buy any of the stencils or chalk paste or whatever, please go to lizyonke.magnoliadesignco.com, and I would appreciate if you use my links to order. So I will be back here tomorrow, although it will be at a later time. I'm going to hang out with a friend in the morning. So I'll post before I go live, I'll post it in Facebook on my page and let you know approximately what time I'll be going live. And I'll take a picture of this and I will put it on Liz's Craft page so everybody can see it. And if you decide to make something, please post it to Liz's Craft page. I would love to see what you make. So I will be back here tomorrow. Again, I'll let you know ahead of time what time it's going to be, but it'll probably be later in the afternoon. So until tomorrow, keep crafting. Bye, friends.